If you're a fan of The Simpsons, you must know how frighteningly accurate many of their predictions have been. It takes its flowers as one of the longest-running American series ever that revolves around a chaotic family in a quirky town, offering humor, insightful lessons, and top-tier satire. But beyond the surface, The Simpsons also presents strange mysteries and surprisingly accurate predictions. In 2024, it comes as no surprise that there are yet again predictions, but what they claim would happen and what is happening are very strange. Covering every aspect and even the possibility of an apocalypse, we are in for quite an eventful ride through the year. Join us as we look at their top 10 predictions for 2024 that are happening now. Trump's presidential ambitions for 2024 revealed. In a 2015 episode of The Simpsons called Back to the Future, writer AI Gene grabbed viewers' attention with a part where Homer Simpson flew past a sign saying Trump 2024. When this was posted online, it caused quite a stir and reactions. Soon after, on November 8, 2016, Trump became president, just like the animated prediction. The strange connection between fiction and reality continues to interest people worldwide. In 2024, Donald Trump officially announced he wanted to be president again, something The Simpsons hinted at. On Tuesday night, the former president, wanting to be elected for 2 non-consecutive terms, said he wanted to be the Republican candidate for 2024. Donald Trump gives his reason for running as his desire to make America great and glorious again, speaking to a crowd at Mar-a-Lago, his house in Florida, which would be his campaign headquarters. With allies, advisors, and conservative influencers around him, Trump gave a somewhat calm speech where he made false and exaggerated claims about his 4 years in office. Despite being a very controversial president and his role in causing the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack, Trump tried to make people feel nostalgic for his time as president. He often compared what he did in his first term to what the Biden administration is doing now, and criticized the current economy for making people focus on what he sees as his successes. Let's not talk too much about politics. This is just a look at what The Simpsons saw coming. If this doesn't surprise you, stay tuned for their next prediction, which might shock you. Elon Musk's future public release and space exploration. Trump's becoming president isn't so scary, but this surely is. The Simpsons make predictions about space travel and what Elon Musk says about the future. The show seems real life, making us wonder if aliens are behind the scripts. In one episode from season 27, Lisa finds out the government wants people to go to Mars, which sounds like what Elon Musk wants too. Elon Musk, who started SpaceX, wants to send people to Mars and ensure they can live there. He's focusing on Starship, really big rockets made of stainless steel that can be used repeatedly. SpaceX now uses Falcon 9 rockets and Crew Dragon capsules to take astronauts to space, but they're working on a ship for trips to the Moon and Mars. Musk says it's important for humans to live on more than one planet, not just Earth. He wants to make it possible for people to travel to Mars and back, which would be a big deal for space exploration. In The Simpsons, the episode ends with Marge and Lisa living on Mars in 2051. It's kind of like what Musk wants to do, making you wonder what the show's creators think. Some people say it's just a coincidence, but the similarities are interesting and make you think. Intelligent robots are set to replace humans in the job market. In episode 17, season 23, Homer loses his job because he replaced human workers with robots. Given the impressive progress in robots and artificial intelligence, is it possible that in 2024 we'll see job losses because of smart robots? Cases of robots working as waiters in Japan and worldwide have already made the news. While we hope this doesn't happen in real life, if it does, The Simpsons might feel like they predicted it. Interestingly, The Simpsons also guessed that VR technology would be used in restaurants by 2024. In Japan, people like all sorts of robots. Some that look like humans, some that look like robots but not humans, animal robots, friendly robots, protective robots, and many more. Each kind of robot has its special features. Right now, Japan has about 250,000 industrial robots helping with different tasks. But you know what? They think this number might increase to over 1 million robots in the next 15 years. That's a lot of robots. And guess how much money they think all these robots will make by 2025? They're guessing it will be about $70 billion. That's a huge amount of money, isn't it? So robots are a big deal in Japan and are becoming even more important. They do all sorts of cool things, and soon even more might be helping out with different tasks. And you know what? All these robots are also making a lot of money. $70 billion is no small amount. Moreover, the Japanese government has actively supported and promoted the development and use of robots. Initiatives include funding research projects, fostering collaborations between schools and businesses, and rewarding companies investing in robots. This effort has helped Japan become a leader in the robot field, promoting innovation and economic growth. The impact of robots on jobs is complex. While robots have made some industries more efficient and productive, they have also raised concerns about job loss. Japan's focus on automation, especially manufacturing, has changed the traditional job market. However, it has also created new job opportunities in robot development, maintenance, and programming. To adapt to these changes in the job market, there's a growing focus on training workers to meet the needs of the robot industry. Training programs and educational initiatives aim to give workers the skills they need for this technological shift. As Japan continues to lead in robot innovation, the relationship between technology and jobs remains a complex yet transformative part of its economy. Japan's forward-thinking approach positions it as an important player in shaping how humans and robots interact worldwide. Virtual reality technology in restaurants 2024. Surprisingly, The Simpsons guessed that virtual reality technology would be used in restaurants by 2024. Imagine enjoying a meal like never before, where digital and cooking worlds collide smoothly. In one show, characters Homer and Marge enjoy virtual feasts, tasting digital food through tubes while wearing virtual reality headsets. Before saying this is impossible, think about AOB Banquet's RMX, a cooking experience like never before. Though this guess may sound like a story, it echoes ongoing technological improvements. As we move into the future, virtual reality technology is making its mark in various businesses, including cooking. The idea of virtual eating experiences is no longer just in the Simpsons animated world. With virtual reality starting, we might soon find ourselves fully involved in special and interactive cooking adventures right at our eating tables. A virtual restaurant is a food service business that works only through delivery, depending on phone orders or online food platforms. These places usually work separately using another restaurant's kitchen. As for the market analysis, the worldwide virtual restaurant and ghost kitchens market size is expected to reach a forecasted USD million by 2028, showing a combined yearly growth rate from 2022 to 2028. In the U.S. market, major players in this area include Uber Eats, Reef Technology, and Kitopi, among others. Together, the top three makers in the U.S. hold about 20% of the market share. About products, fresh food is the biggest part of the U.S., getting around 92% of the market share. This data shows a growing trend in the virtual restaurant and ghost kitchen market, with important players and a main focus on fresh, ready-to-eat products. It's good to check recent market reports, business analyses, or official statements from relevant sources for the most current information and detailed insights. The Simpsons' guesses continue to interest us as we wait for the future, making us wonder if such technological improvements are closer than we think. Will 2024 be a new time when virtual reality improves our eating experiences? Only time will show how this guess matches our changing technological scene. Welcoming the baby translator. Ever thought about what your little one needs when they cry? The next cool thing has the answer. And guess what? The Simpsons seemed to know about it before we did. Enter the baby translator, which promises to figure out what babies want. In the series' third season, 24th episode, titled Brother Can You Spare Two Dimes, Homer's half-brother, Herb Powell, made a magical thing that translated baby talk into understandable words. That's very interesting. But can such a thing become real, or is it just a great idea? For those unsure about this becoming an actual thing, get ready to be amazed. Zoundream, a Swiss software company, says they've made tech using artificial smarts to figure out what babies want when they cry, like if they need a hug or food or just want you to stop smothering them. Zoundream thinks you'll understand your baby's needs accurately, maybe by 2024. According to them, about 130 million babies are born yearly, with around 47 million born in rich countries. New parents in these countries spend about $10,000 in the first year alone for each baby, which keeps increasing. This parenting market is growing fast, with a 37% yearly growth rate. It's expected to reach a huge $81 billion by 2025. To Zoundream, baby cries aren't just noises, but give useful information. They show what a baby needs, how they feel, their health, and their overall health. For babies, crying is how they talk with the world around them. This information shows the high birth rates worldwide, the rising costs of parenting, the growing parenting market, and how important baby cries are for communication. The question is, did real life copy art, or did art copy real life? You decide. As technology moves fast, staying updated can be hard, but not for the Simpsons. They're way ahead. HD3 holograms. In one show, Bart sees a bit of the future through Professor Frank's interesting machine. It shows a holographic message inviting Bart's band to a concert. Though it seems like a big change, the world already has fancy 3D holograms. This special display can show 3D pictures from anywhere in the world. Picture this. You're in your room learning a new dance from your friend on the other side. That's pretty neat. People expect a lot from these HD3 holograms. They think they'll make holograms look more real, be used for more things, and be a bigger part of daily life. They hope to make the pictures sharper, the colors more accurate, and the images clearer. This would make holograms look more like real life and change how people use digital stuff. As time passes, they want to use HD3 holograms for more things like designing stuff, playing games, having online meetings, and working together virtually. They want to put these holograms on devices like phones, glasses, and other smart gadgets. This would make it normal to see holograms every day. They think more people will be able to get HD3 holograms soon, as they'll be sold in more stores. They hope these holograms will let people from all over the world share and play with holograms together, no matter where they are. In the future, HD3 holograms might mix with other new tech, like augmented reality and virtual reality. This could make experiences even cooler by blending the real world with digital stuff. But remember, what we think will happen might change as technology grows. Paying attention to how things develop will help us understand how holograms will affect us in the future. You can now find this technology in about 500 Best Buy stores. But could 2024 bring even more use and maybe even see it everywhere? It might seem like a big goal, but if it happens, The Simpsons thought of it first. The black hole. Thanks to The Simpsons, get ready for a cool story about a famous dark hole. The show's 24th season, The Treehouse of Horror 23, aired on March 24, 2013. In this episode, the Simpson family faces a big problem. A mysterious dark hole threatens to swallow up their town, Springfield, and turn everything dark and empty. The family tries to escape, but Lisa accidentally makes a space demon while trying to deal with the dark hole. In typical Simpsons style, things get crazy, and the dark hole takes over Springfield, leaving Maggie alone in the ruined town. This is all made-up stuff for fun, but it makes some people think about what could happen in the real world. Even though scientists say the nearest dark hole is 1,560 light-years away, some wonder if The Simpsons might be onto something and if this year could bring unexpected events in a different direction. The Simpsons is known for telling funny stories that sometimes resemble real-life worries. The idea of a big, exciting event, like a dark hole, is just a made-up part of the story, but it makes us think about how unpredictable life can be. Whether The Simpsons predicts things or just has fun with stories, it keeps us entertained and thinking about what might happen. United States of America prepares for a female president. While ladies have shown great skill in politics, the United States still sees more men in charge, leading to the White House. Only a few ladies have found their way onto these paths. In the Simpsons episode, Back to the Future, They Look at the Future, Lisa becomes the first lady president, confidently saying she's America's first straight lady president. The story involves a made-up President Trump making bad choices, leading to money problems, so Lisa decides to raise taxes to fix things. Thinking about the 2024 elections, some wonder if The Simpsons will predict something again. Some think they already did, with Kamala Harris becoming the first black lady vice president. Her big role could be seen as a step towards a lady eventually becoming president. In real-life politics, Kamala Harris has broken down barriers. She became the first lady vice president and the highest-ranking official in U.S. history. Her successes bring up discussions about fairness for all genders. While Harris hasn't said she'll run for president in 2024, her groundbreaking role adds something new to talks about the chance of a lady president. Other ladies, like former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who ran for president in 2016, and a few others, have yet to say they're running for president in 2024. The political scene keeps changing, and people are still talking about the chance of a lady becoming president in the next few years. The world chooses between Barbie and Trump. Even though it is not a direct prediction for 2024, the Barbie movie's release is noteworthy for its startling accuracy. The Simpsons seem to have predicted many years ago the odd coincidence of Trump's arrest occurring on the same day as the release of the new Barbie movie. In Season 5, an episode titled Lisa vs. Malibu, Stacy features a scene where a news anchor reports the strange alignment between introducing a new Barbie doll and the president's arrest. The episode's story skillfully blends the small news of a Barbie doll release with the big event of the president's arrest, reminiscent of Donald Trump's April 4, 2023 capture. Despite the real-life importance of Trump's arrest, media attention leaned towards the new Barbie movie release. This event emphasizes a typical media tactic that shifts attention from other important matters to what the public finds interesting. But that's not all. Aside from the Barbie movie, The Simpsons have also revealed something odd in the entertainment industry: the prediction of hover cars. The idea of hover cars becoming very common is not just a thing from sci-fi stories. The Simpsons showed it in an episode called Future Drama from Season 16, Episode 15. In this episode, Bart and Lisa see the family's future with cars that hover without tires moving on the streets. This future-looking picture matches ongoing research and development in technology. Before thinking this is just a made-up story, think about Samson Sky, a company in Oregon getting ready to release its Switchblade flying car in 2024. After 14 years of work, the company is set to show its creation to the world and give it to customers. By flying in the sky, this flying car offers a way to avoid traffic and anger on the roads. The idea of flying cars becoming real in 2024 shows a coming together of future-thinking ideas and technological progress. As for how it will work, whether people need both a driver's and a pilot's license to use this vehicle remains to be seen. Bringing flying cars into daily life might bring up problems with rules and safety, and we're still determining how the normal driving rules will apply to flying vehicles. The soon-to-come flying cars from Samson Sky could change how we travel, getting us closer to a future like the one seen on The Simpsons. Music influences the military. In one Simpsons episode, a guy who makes music puts together a boy band with Bart, Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph. They made a song called Dropped a Bomb, which became popular, but there's a secret plan behind it. The song's music video has a part where the words are said backward, secretly telling people to join the Navy. As the song spreads, it starts affecting everyone in Springfield. When Lisa found out, she talked to the guy who made the music. She learns he's actually in the Navy. He tells her that in the past, music was used to get young guys to join the military, like during World War II. The U.S. used movies and stuff to get people to support the war. This makes us think about today's music with catchy words and cool beats, making some people wonder if there's hidden stuff in it, trying to control us. This episode also makes us wonder if other weird things from The Simpsons could happen for real. It makes us think about how much media and entertainment can influence and control us. Ivanka Trump's political involvement. In an October 2016 episode of the show, the writers subtly hinted at a possible run for president by Ivanka Trump, the daughter of former U.S. President Donald Trump. Homer Simpson is wearing a badge that says Ivanka 2028, sparking talk about another right guess from the show. This wasn't Ivanka's first time on the show. Her character was also in a 2017 episode where she replaced Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court, at the same time showing off her collection's clothes and jewelry. What's the real story about Ivanka? Ivanka Trump, born October 30th, 1981, is an American businesswoman, writer, and former fashion model. She is the daughter of former U.S. President Donald Trump and his first wife, Ivana Trump. Ivanka played a big role in her father's time as an advisor to the president from 2017 to 2021. Before entering politics, she worked different jobs within the Trump organization and started her fashion and lifestyle brand. While in the White House, Ivanka focused on helping people find jobs, empowering women, and economic projects. But her role also caused problems and got criticism, especially about having conflicts of interest and being accused of giving jobs to family members. Ivanka has stayed out of the public eye more since her father left office, but people still wonder if she might want to get into politics. From Ivanka's story, it's important to remember that not every guess from The Simpsons means something bad will happen or the world will end. Willie Nelson caught swimming along the English Channel. The funny show from October 1991 shows Willie Nelson, a famous country singer, swimming in the English Channel with many fans cheering for him. Willie Nelson often appears in The Simpsons as himself. It's important to understand that The Simpsons is a cartoon and doesn't try to predict the future exactly. Whether the skit with Willie Nelson swimming in the English Channel will be included is still uncertain. It's important to remember that The Simpsons is meant to be funny, not a prediction. The writers aren't fortune tellers. Even though Willie Nelson is 90, he'll unlikely swim across the English Channel this year. He probably has other things he wants to do, but it would be strange to see if he ever tried it. Severe economic downturn of the United States of America. Returning to the strange guesses, some people are worried that the United States might be heading for a really difficult time financially, similar to the hard times faced during the Great Depression. Money experts share these worries, saying how quickly the American economy is going downhill. Smart money. People say the United States could face really difficult times next year. But it's important to know that this issue isn't just happening in the U.S. Countries worldwide are dealing with difficult situations made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic, fights in Ukraine and Russia, and various global problems. Connecting this worry about the economy to The Simpsons guesses, the cartoon series surprisingly hinted at tough financial times in 2000, especially in the episode Bart to the Future. This episode, well known for its guesses, has become a focus for those seeking insights into the series. The surprising correctness of these guesses gives us a special view of how the show can predict events like what we're going through today. Also, the episode suggested that financial problems would happen during Donald Trump's time as president. Even though Trump isn't the president now, he's still a big figure and was in the running for president in 2020. The link is in how the episode shows events, giving us a different view of real-world political happenings. Third World War is nearing, and a zombie apocalypse may happen. The funny show, thinking about a possible end of the world, hinted at a potential big fight between powerful countries. It imagined American families acting out scenes from the show in the face of such global tensions. Looking at current events, the chance of a third world war seems closer than when The Simpsons show aired. With global tensions worsening and many fights starting worldwide, real peace seems far away. Even though there's no full-scale war happening, the trouble and disagreement continue, showing how the episode talks about possible future fights in a scary way. But let's not stop there. Have you ever thought about the idea of a zombie apocalypse? While it might sound unbelievable, The Simpsons had an episode where the made-up city of Springfield got taken over by zombies. Even though a real zombie apocalypse is very unlikely, it shows how the future is hard to predict and how fiction and reality mix in the show. Knowing that about 30 unlikely scenes from The Simpsons have happened in real life, ignoring these predictions as just stories might not be wise. Besides being entertaining, some people see the show as a glimpse into the secret world of powerful people or a reflection of political power. With 2024 already bringing new events, this year will surely give us more clues about the mysterious predictions made by The Simpsons.
The prediction is for the Apple Vision Pro. With another scary prediction, The Simpsons are at it again. One of the show's fans immediately observed that the recently released Apple headset looked similar to the one used in an episode aired several years ago, 8 years, to be precise. This discovery has sparked a discussion about the show and its producer's ability to see into the future. In the Friends and Family episode released in 2016, the characters were seen using virtual reality headsets that looked just like Apple's newly released Vision Pro. It was creepy to note that the headset used in the show seems to be a replica of the current Apple headset. Without a doubt, it looks like Simpson predicted the behavior that people would harness when using Vision Pro. In the episode, the characters are oblivious to their environment and what is happening around them, which is quite similar to what was observed after the release of the Vision. It looked as though the Simpsons were trying to warn us about the danger of being too immersed in virtual reality and the consequences we would have to bear if it ever became that way. This new Apple product with the world reeling costs a whopping $2,800. It allows users to experience vertical worlds. There is no doubt that it is a fascinating technology with positive aspects like improving work habits, aiding relaxation, and even improving the way we communicate. But there is a serious security question about the privacy and security of this technology that blurs the line between virtual and real life. The Simpsons episodes showed several characters wearing this Apple product, walking to lampposts and falling into manholes. It is creepy that, just as they predicted, that is the reality. People are seen walking around with the headset on, completely clueless about their environment and bumping into things. The Simpsons episode revolves around Mr. Burns hiring Marge, Bart, Lausanne, and Maggie to play his virtual reality family. While this could be termed a coincidence, the similarities between the headset shown in the Simpsons episode and the recently released Apple headset are too great to be dismissed or ignored. It is as though the Simpsons knew that such a technology would be created, and after seeing the harm it would cause the world, they decided to act about it and warn the world. The Apple Vision Pro, a mixed reality headset, was first revealed in June at the Worldwide Developer Conference. It allows users to immerse themselves in Apple's Vision iOS operating system, with features like spatial FaceTime video, photos, and apps. The headset is controlled using eye and hand movements and voice commands. This new device is part of Apple's augmented and virtual reality marketing push. The company's goal for the Vision Pro is to become the go-to device for relaxation and stepping out of reality. Despite its many intriguing features, severe criticism has been directed at the Vision Pro's bulky design. Some users have complained and pointed out that the design is too heavy and uncomfortable. Also, this device has several out-of-the-world features. It is considered very experimental and out of reach for many people. People believe that even if it is supposed to be that expensive, at least it should be comfortable. Better still, Apple should work on making the Vision Pro less expensive and more comfortable at the same time. And for the record, even if The Simpsons did not just predict Vision Pro, the show has been spot on about many other things like the sinking of the Titanic submarine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and Donald Trump's presidency, among many other events. While some of these predictions are more likely coincidences, it's still amazing how the show has accurately captured the zeitgeist. So, buckle your seatbelt as we take you on an intriguing but chilling and terrifying journey through the several predictions from The Simpsons show and how they have materialized in today's world. Drop da bomb music. This chilling episode of The Simpsons suggests that the government might be trying to control its citizens' minds through music. While this can be dismissed and overlooked as a conspiracy theory, the show has always made accurate predictions, so this might just be true. The episode revolves around 4 teenage boys, including Barg, who created a hit song titled Drop Da Bomb. The song has subliminal messages that could control the mind of whoever listens to it. Bart and his friends became popular and were known as the boy band called Party Posy. Their popular son had a strange and unusual chorus, and it became such a sensation that people could not stop listening to the song spread across Springfield, and people unconsciously danced to the catchy tune. People soon realized that the song was controlling their minds and making them do silly things they didn't realize they were doing. Bart and his friends had to end the mind control before fixing things. It was too late. The episode reveals that the strange chorus line in the song is a subliminal message telling people to join the Navy. When confronted, the music director confesses that he is a Navy lieutenant and that music has been used as a recruitment tool for years. While the message might look unrealistic, using music to control people's behavior is not new. Scientists and the CIA have performed music experiments to include their subjects' moods and even induce sleep. While this technique has no explanation, It is a fascinating and equally scary idea. This technique can be put to evil use. Additionally, in the episode, Bart and Lisa find a way to control their minds by playing their song, which helps to neutralize the effects of the original song. While the episode made it look fun, it also raised questions concerning the power of music and how it can be misused. The episode also emphasized the importance of music in our lives and day-to-day activities. It can be a powerful tool for communication and inspiration, and it can even speed up the healing process. During the Second World War, the United States government used popular culture as a tool for its propaganda. Also, movies were used to spread a positive image of the United States and its allies while negatively portraying the rivals' power. Some critics still insist that modern pop propaganda continues today and is being used to influence people's minds without their knowledge. This shows that the government is aware of the controlling effect of music and is using it to its advantage. Conspiracy theories have emphasized how the mind can be controlled through the use of entertainment and music. They use this concept to promote their theories about the government and pop culture. Some conspiracy theories can sometimes be baseless and untrue, but this one is not in that category. Black hole. This episode of The Simpsons concerns the effects of a black hole. Lisa accidentally created a black hole in her room. The black hole, which started as small and harmless, continues to grow into something very volatile and dangerous that consumes everything. Lisa tried everything she could to take control of the black hole and even took it home, but she eventually realized that controlling the black hole was not possible. The black hole threatened to destroy everything, even their little tween, but eventually, Lisa was able to reverse the effect of the black hole and restore her town. This episode might have been funny, but it also raises questions about the nature of black holes and their dangers. The black hole is unexplained, and there is very little information even to understand it. The episode helped raise questions concerning the fate of the Earth and whether a black hole should appear in it. The scary question remains, would a black hole ever appear on Earth? And if it does, what will be the fate of the world? The episode showed the worst-case scenario of a natural disaster that can threaten the existence of humans. At the same time, the episode might be meant to be funny and scary. The reality raises an important question. Are we ready for a natural disaster, like the one that a black hole would lead to? Do we have the resources or knowledge to deal with an event of that magnitude? The Simpsons uses comedy to portray serious issues subtly, and this episode is like that too. It refers to the importance of being prepared for the unexpected and having a plan for when a disaster eventually happens. While the idea of a black hole appearing on the Earth is very scary, the episode shows that the possibility of something like that happening in 2024 is slim. The media and the nuclear war. This episode by The Simpsons highlighted the role of the media and its influence in instilling fear and paranoia among its citizens. In this episode, Homer was deeply disturbed by the media's emphasis on the threat of a nuclear war. The effect of the media on citizens cannot be undermined because it has a very powerful effect on how we see the world around us. It is also important to filter the message we consume and consider how our perceptions of the threat of war have evolved, regardless of our approach towards such a sensitive topic. The episode also provides a unique perspective concerning the human experience of living in a world where the threat of war is ever present. It also points out that we can never be truly prepared for the unimaginable. We can only try to maintain our calm concerning it and change our perspective. Despite how seriously this matter can be perceived, the episode also helped to remind us that laughter is one of the best ways to cope with fear and uncertainty. In the face of the unknown, humor can be a powerful tool for hope and survival. The Simpsons have always mastered balancing both acts, combining serious topics with funny moments to ease the tension. This episode emphasized how important comedy is and its power to help us through situations that are deemed difficult. The episode ends with an important lesson: to always find humor in even the most serious and scary situations that we may find ourselves in. Homer's outrageous behavior might have been perceived as ridiculous, but it provided the comic effect needed to ease their audience's tension and stress. Whether facing a real-life threat or one of life's many challenges, the episode serves as a reminder to laugh and take solace in the good things that are happening or have happened to us too. Mars Takeover. Consider the following. In episode 6 of season 27 of the show, Lisa discovers that the government is looking for volunteers willing to sign up for a migration to Mars. She enthusiastically volunteered, as did the rest of the family. Given the striking similarities to actual events, you may wonder if aliens wrote the scripts for this series or something. You may have been living under a rock if you didn't know that Elon Musk was planning to colonize Mars. Elon has been harping on this topic for years, and he even founded a private space exploration firm with that goal in mind. The rest of the episode featured them going on some absurd and crazy adventures, but in the end, their car wouldn't start, and they ended up going nowhere. However, the eerie episode ends with a glimpse into 2051, where Marge and Lisa are now living on Mars. Why is there a stark similarity between Elon Musk's ambitions and the date set for the Mars launch in this Simpsons episode? We'll accept that it's all a coincidence, but anyone who has watched this episode will undoubtedly have many questions after seeing this kind of coincidence. Is there something the authors and producers are withholding from us? Female presidency. Though women have repeatedly shown themselves to be extraordinary in the political arena, there are no doubts regarding the positive impact of a female president. Few women have been able to move up the political ladder and into the White House because there are so many men in positions of power in the country, but the Simpsons don't seem to care about this because, in the episode Back to the Future, Lisa becomes the first female president of the United States of America. In the episode, the country had gone broke due to the terrible financial decisions made by the fictional President Trump, and Lisa had to bring a tax hike to straighten things out a little. But with the 2024 elections coming up, maybe the Simpsons are ready to strike again. Many people claim that this one in particular has already been fulfilled following the advent of Kamala Harris as the first black female vice president of the United States. But could we take it a step further? Could we be looking at the possibility of having a woman in the Oval Office once again? We'll have to wait and see. Hover cars. Most sci-fi futuristic films have probably featured this. However, the cast did it even better in the episode Future Drama from season 16 of The Simpsons. Bart and Lisa predict the family's future, and what they observe in this claimed future is astounding. With their hover cars, which have no tires, Homer and Bart can go anywhere in style. The reference to the hover car is a play on a technology that has been in research and development for a long time. Will 2024 be the year it is made public? Given that an Oregon-based company called Samson Sky is anticipated to start shipping its Switchblade flying car in 2024, the vehicle has been in development for 14 years, and they are finally ready to not only show it off to the world, but also start shipping it to customers. You can finally avoid road rage and overcome stubborn traffic by taking to the skies. The question is whether you'll also need a pilot's license to operate this vehicle. Hologram technology. Most people can't keep up with the speed at which technology is developing, yet in one of these episodes, the Simpsons are miles ahead of us. Bart uses a device Professor Frink has invented to see into the future. What he sees could be a hologram, showing what lies ahead for Bart Simpson in this purportedly deadbeat future. Bart receives a hologram message inviting his band to a club event. But how did the Simpsons develop the idea of widespread use of hologram technology? Could 2024 be when holograms become nearly as common as cell phones? The Dremek HD3 holograms, an intriguing three-sided holographic display case that can display a 3D image of anyone or anything from anywhere in the world, is a modern marvel that the world has already been gifted with. Although there are only about 500 Best Buy locations in the country that carry this incredible technology, it's possible that we could see a more widespread application and possibly even a breaking down of the platform by 2024. That sounds very ambitious, but if it does come to pass, we'll always remember that The Simpsons invented it first. Barbie movie release and Trump's arrest. This one has already occurred, but is still worth mentioning because of its accuracy. In a scene from The Simpsons' 5th season episode titled Lisa vs. Malibu, a news anchor breaks the shocking correlation between launching a new Barbie doll and the arrest of a president. Following a lengthy 28-minute coverage of the Barbie doll release, Stacey News announced the introduction of the rip-off version of the doll. Just before the show ended, the news anchor lightly mentioned that the U.S. president had been jailed. When a new Barbie film was released on the same day that Donald Trump was arrested, the news anchor in this episode casually mentioned the arrest of a U.S. president following a lengthy report on the release of a Barbie doll. This is strikingly similar to the underreported arrest of Donald Trump on April 4, 2023. In a Season 5 episode, everyone took it as mere humor. The Simpsons predicted this many years ago. The scene shows a new channel with reports about the release of the Barbie doll, which also happens on the day the president is arrested. Overshadowed by focusing on a new Barbie movie, this was more than a coincidence. Zombie apocalypse. In this episode, a zombie apocalypse sweeps over Springfield, the fictional city where the Simpsons are based. This one may sound unusual, but it's another Simpsons prediction. So how can we rule it out? Even if there is little chance of zombies taking over the planet, we must recognize this one because many of the series' predictions were written off as fiction before coming true multiple times. Pandemics have rocked the world. One of the first known pandemics was the Black Death in the 14th century, which was brought on by the Yersinia pestis bacterium and killed an estimated 75 to 200 million people in Europe. Africa and Asia dramatically changed the path of history. The Spanish flu of 1918, caused by the H1N1 influenza, became one of the deadliest pandemics in modern history as we fast forward to the 20th century. A virus killed tens of millions of people and infected around 1/3 of the world's population. The global response was delayed by the need for more medical developments and international cooperation, underscoring the necessity of better preparedness in more recent times. In the late 20th century, the HIV/AIDS pandemic broke out, affecting millions of people worldwide. The virus normally transmits through sexual contacts, infected needles, and blood transfusions. This affected the sub-Saharan African region the most as they attempted to slow down the disease. Emerging in 2009 was the H1N1 flu pandemic that, though not as terrifyingly lethal as initially predicted, caused a lot of chaos worldwide. It resulted in mass vaccination programs and emphasized that the world was much smaller due to the international spread of diseases. Firstly, the global attempt to heighten the awareness of health centers' access to technology would aid development and research. Nonetheless, the most disastrous recent event was the COVID-19 pandemic caused by the coronavirus. The virus, which was first identified in Wuhan, China in late 2019, spread sporadically, leading to a decline in the lives and health of many people, and several deaths were recorded across the world. This occurrence has a significant impact on society, a negative one. Governments implemented strict lockdowns, travel restrictions, and social distancing measures to curb the virus's spread, fundamentally altering daily life. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed vulnerabilities in global healthcare systems and underscored the importance of international collaboration in responding to such crises. The efforts put in place to develop and make sure the vaccine was distributed became very important. This emphasized the race to achieve widespread immunity and end the COVID-19 pandemic. People now believe that we ought to learn from every episode The Simpsons releases, and it would be a shame to dismiss the scenes as just fictional. Willie Nelson goes for a swim. Some Simpsons predicted outcomes, like this one from October 1991 about the legendary country singer-songwriter swimming across the English Channel to the enormous adoration of his fans, are satirical and don't always lead to doom and the end of the world. Although Willie Nelson most frequently portrays himself in the series, not all plot points, historical details, or future perceptions are presented with the highest degree of actuality. This is where it's important to remember that, despite all of the right answers and prophecies, The Simpsons is just an animated series, and its purpose isn't to tell you what the future holds. Why the writers included this skit of Willie Nelson swimming across the English Channel needs to be clarified. Will Willie Nelson be able to swim across the English Channel in 2024, or was the writer just having fun while writing? It's unlikely that he will do so, given his advanced age of 90, as the difficulty of the work at hand makes it unlikely that he would consider it a top priority, even though it would be an amazing spectacle to see. Thank you for watching. While you are still here, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly do that so you won't miss out on any of our intriguing and educational world-exploring videos. See you soon.